This makeshift suit didn't make it through the Flash run unscathed. Barry, still new to his powers and unsure how to handle them, runs headfirst into a bunch of water barrels. DC's Flash hit our screens in 2014, and it's been a wild ride. Barry Allen is a much-loved character, so it's great to watch his exploits play out on screen. Every good superhero needs a kick-butt suit, so let's take a look at Flash's finest, ranked from worst to best. Every superhero has to start somewhere, don't they? Remember Iron Man's first suit? What a stinker that was in comparison to his later versions, right? It's like a rite of passage. Everyone's first outfit has to be just a little bit bad. Even Spider-Man's first suit looked like pajamas. Barry's suit isn't exactly a standard Flash suit, but it's worth including. When Cisco sets up a test so they can gauge Barry's new powers, he's wearing a rather snug red leotard. Oh, and a reinforced helmet for good measure. Because who cares about the rest of your body so long as the head is good, right? This makeshift suit didn't make it through the Flash run unscathed. Barry, still new to his powers and unsure how to handle them, runs headfirst into a bunch of water barrels. It's only to be expected, really, considering that it's like expecting a baby to run a marathon. It ended up on the scrap heap, presumably because it was so waterlogged and ripped that it was past saving. Or because Cisco finally realized that leotards suck and can't do the job. With that being said, it's not hard to see why we're kicking off the list with this one. As far as suits go, or even substitute suits, this one stunk the place up. But hey, you've got to learn to walk before you run. Yeah, okay, we can hear the protest already. That's not a true Flash suit. It's not our Flash that wears it. While we can appreciate all your enthusiasm, let's think about this in depth for a moment. It is Barry Allen that wears the suit, just not as we know him. This darker version of Allen is a time remnant, known as SAVITAR. After a whole series of complicated events, a post-Flashpoint timeline sees Iris West slain by SAVITAR. Barry created time remnants to try and stop these events from unfolding, but SAVITAR beat them all. He only keeps one, to become SAVITAR at some point in the future. DC is anything but straightforward, right? When the remnant is shunned by Team Flash for not being the real Barry, he's peeved. Consumed by painful memories, he decides to become a god because he thinks they feel nothing. After finding the Philosopher's Stone, SAVITAR fashions a mechanical suit of armor and dubs himself the God of Speed. That's a little bit egotistical if you ask us, but whatever. With the suit to match his deplorable personality, it's all systems go, and he torments the Barry Allen we all know and love while looking like some sort of hell demon. Seriously, those hard lines, glowing blue eyes, and the general aesthetic of the thing work for SAVITAR. The all-black ensemble reminds us of a Game of Thrones White Walker, which is always a good thing to aim for. As it comes from a bad guy's closet and isn't exactly streamlined for speed, the SAVITAR suit comes in as one of the lesser suits on the list. Here's another switcheroo here, but this one is more widely accepted by hardcore fans. In Elseworlds, Arrow's Oliver Queen and Barry get a little Freaky Friday on us. No, they don't swap bodies and suddenly one's a teenager and one's Jamie Lee Curtis, but it's along those lines. This annual Arrowverse crossover was a hoot to watch unfold. It introduced Batwoman, Lois Lane, and Gotham City to the universe, which is incredible to watch. Plus, what better team than Green Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl? When reality is messed with, Oliver becomes Barry, aka the Flash. Barry, on the other hand, becomes Oliver. It's sort of like a who wore it best competition, but it's a worthy entry purely for the story surrounding it. And bravo for Oliver pulling it off. He probably didn't want to give it back. Seeing as he's got his own thing going on with Arrow, he might not be too upset either. So this is the first real superhero looking outfit that Barry wore, if we discount the makeshift red leotard. Designed by Cisco, Season 1's design made Allen look like he was about to go save the world. When it comes to our DC good guys, do we expect anything less? Of course not. So seeing them suited and booted makes it feel all the more palpable. The Seaman took a skin-hugging bodysuit, which was originally created for firefighters to wear, which means it's super strong. It can withstand a bunch of nasty stuff and protects the person from wearing it. It ticks all the boxes. The guys also wanted to give Barry the ability to fight crime while keeping his identity hidden. So the helmet had dual functionality. Not only does it protect his noggin, but he can go about his business without being stopped for an autograph. Cisco worked his magic and added a gold lightning bolt to the chest too, because what's a superhero without a special logo? It's like Captain America without a shield. It just wouldn't feel right. Barry started wearing the suit as he fought crime in Central City as the Red Streak. As the episodes rolled by, he became the Flash. We've got a lot to thank this first suit for, as it really helped Barry decide on his future as the Flash. Knowing that he now had the tools to really make a difference made him believe in himself more. And when he made the leap to become a full-time protector of Central City, it was largely down to the suit. If it had never really been introduced, well, things wouldn't have gone anywhere. Alan and Cisco added features as they went along, of course, through process of trial and error. While it's the OG and will always hold a place in our hearts for that reason, it's not the best. Later suits can do more and have a more iconic edge, so we're gonna park this one right here. It's only natural that suits evolve over time. Audiences want to see something new and exciting introduced as the years go by. Not only do styles change, but we need to believe that technology is advancing too. A new feature can pop up when you least expect it, and the latest version of the suit is far more favorable than the ones we've already touched upon. One of the most striking changes is the shade of red. It's a much richer, brighter color that rings true with the comic book version of the character. Not that the other suits haven't looked good, but this comes across as more authentic. The leather has been considerably toned down, making it more fabric-oriented and in turn lighter to wear. It's easier to imagine Barry reaching supersonic speeds in this one. One of the most interesting things about this particular ensemble is how it's stored. It's all packed within the Flash ring, so it's easy to cart around. Superheroes need to move fast, so what's the point in lugging something awkward and heavy around? Compact is what it's all about. It also has the added bonus of being not of this era. Nora West Allen brings it back from the future and hands it over to Barry. At this point, he's without a suit. No one likes a naked crime fighter, so thank goodness Nora saved the day. There's a lot of time jumping in this explanation, so hold on to your hats. This suit is one of the best incarnations of its kind. In the Season 3 episode, The Once and Future Flash, 2017 Barry has got to get the future Team Flash back together. Their nemesis, Mirror Master and Top, need to be taken down, so future Barry needs a wake-up call. He's not exactly in a good place either. In fact, he's about as low as it gets, suffering from depression and keeping himself isolated. He doesn't want to put the suit back on, but he does. And why? Because that's what heroes do. No matter how badly they might want to stay in bed and eat snacks, they've got bigger fish to fry. Future Barry gets his act together to fight the good fight. And later in the season, after returning from the Speed Force, Cisco comes bearing gifts. He hands Barry a suit that blows almost everything else out of the water. If Alan is ever in need of a flotation device, then the suit does that. Boom. If he's ever in some sort of James Bond situation where he needs to destroy evidence, it can also self-destruct. Double boom. It's not without its drawbacks though. Technopaths such as Ramsey Deacon have the ability to override it, which isn't what you want from something that's meant to help you. What's the use in something if it comes at such a cost? Cisco learned the hard way that this was a real problem, and soon edited the suit. With the little bug out of the way, it was a real triumph. The suit does really well until Baza socks it in the Thinker's Enlightenment satellite. It had a good run though. It fit its purpose brilliantly. Okay, so it does lack some of the fancy schmancy features of the 4th and 5th. We totally get that. But sometimes a suit is the most powerful because of what it means and what it represents to the fandom. The Season 2 suit isn't a huge departure from what we see in Season 1 in terms of looks. However, it is the one that Barry wore for the longest time. It's a deeper burgundy red than the current one, making it less like the comic books, and we don't hold that against it though. When a hero wears a suit, it becomes their trademark, their icon. Flash wore this for Season 2 and 3, so it clearly worked. Long-running fans of the show equate this suit with Barry Allen more than any other. When we think of the Flash, this is the suit we imagine him in. Cisco mimicked the design of the future suit's emblem from a digital article that Gideon showed them. It's a super simple thing, but the recoloring from background crimson to white worked really well. The second suit met its fate when Barry gave up his powers for the safe return of Wally West. When he later tried to restore his abilities, the suit was destroyed when his physical form was absorbed by the Speed Force. Well, that's our order and we're sticking to it. Which suit was your favorite one? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And before you go, make sure to hit that thumbs up button for plenty more videos. Thanks for watching.